So I guess like, I am not a parent. So in that regard, I wouldn't be able to empathize. But I think what I would say, kind of like the overall kind of flow of the conversation, is that I think the way that I, kind of look at myself, I look at myself as being malleable. So
Okay.
there were points in my life where I was really not the most mature person, not the best person. There were times where I did not do the right thing or say the right thing, and
Mhm.
so sometimes I'll reflect back on lessons that may have happened 10 years ago and see what I can kind of gain out of that going forward to enhance myself, to continue to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm conveying myself correctly, that when I'm falling off as it relates to specific things, like I said, whether it can be, one of the things that I'm trying to work on. This is a smaller goal, is to eliminate any sort of profanity. So, I have
Mhm.
a good economy of words, but it's just to make sure that instead of going to something that's a little bit more trite, that I'm making sure that I'm holding myself accountable in conversation. I also want to make sure I'm more present in conversation with people as well. These are like minor things, but these are things I'm trying to hold myself accountable to. So I think back maybe the times where I wasn't like that. How can I use those
Mhm.
tools to from situations where I was maybe more broken, where I was maybe less attentive, less responsive to people, and kind of like say, okay, this is an old situation where I can extrapolate from, and it's kind of similar to this situation. But I always try to see myself as being fluid. The way Hoyt is today is not going to be how I am 5 years from now.
Come on.
So we're always in a state of flux, and we're constantly changing, and adapting. So I was actually in a period of learning just now from, when I become a parent, I'm listening to everything that you guys are saying,
Okay.
and these are tools that I can have in my toolbox, for when that day comes. So
Mhm.
it's just always about always being able to learn and grow and receive what people are willing to give you. Even if you didn't mean to teach me, this was a teachable moment.
It's a teachable everything because I always say everything is a
Yeah.
teachable moment. And wait, I want to touch on something you said. You said these are small things, but the smallest things make the biggest difference.
Indeed.
Honestly. So anybody who says, I'm trying to work on these things, those things are big to you. They're big to you. They're big to your self-development. They're big to your self-awareness. So I would just say keep pushing and keep going and keep doing what you're doing because self-reflection is everything. It definitely